Hi kids, this is your superpower kid, Neva Lee Recla. And today we have an amazing guest, Gabrielle Grae. We met at New Media Summit, hosted by Steve Olsher. She's the founder of Modern Femininity and helps women master the art of energy. Today we'll be talking with Gabrielle about transform your life into heaven. So without further ado, will you help me welcome our very special guest, Gabrielle Grae. Hi, Gabrielle.
Hey, Neva.
How are you?
Oh, I feel so great and so excited to be on the show with you today.
Yes, I'm super excited to have you. And Callie is too.
That is awesome. I love his little cape that he's wearing. He's a
Yeah.
super dog.
Yeah, she does not like outfits though, so.
Oh, Oh, okay.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So, what are your superpowers?
My superpowers are love and mainly helping women to love themselves to the max and then find a partner to share that love with.
That's a good superpower to have.
Thanks.
So, what does heaven mean to you?
Heaven to me is honestly, as much as, the first thing I want to think of is like, oh, it's a place, I immediately pictured like, oh, the ocean or the beach. And while all that is true, while we can be in a place that is beautiful, that's inspiring, that's like our jam, like heaven could be at an amusement park, right? Disneyland, that can be heaven.
Yeah.
But I think one of the most important parts about, what I would describe as heaven is what happens, so not just on the outside, but what happens on the inside.
Yeah.
So it's like heaven is like a state of mind and it's a feeling.
I like that. With me, I kind of feel it as a place and also like what you said, inside of me, but also like something more than a place, more of a higher realm sort of thingamajigger.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
That totally makes sense.
Yeah. And also, to me, heaven can mean like just something that makes you happy. Like being around family or being around people you love and people who love you, and like a feeling instead of a place, but it could also be a feeling.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is so important. It's so important that it's a feeling because I don't know if you've ever experienced that where you've been in this really, really great place, maybe like Disneyland or a park or somewhere like a pool or whatever, somewhere where, we're supposed to be having fun. But if we feel icky on the inside, if we have, the voices in our head is not saying the nicest things, if we don't feel well, if we're not feeling good inside, then it doesn't really matter where we are on the outside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have a good feeling within yourself and a good feeling like around you in order, like what you're saying is spot on, because you can't be somewhere that's supposed to make you happy, but then you have an icky feeling inside.
Yeah.
So how do you help people with energy? I know I introduced you helping women master the art of energy, but how do you do it?
Okay, cool. Well, for one, I explain to women and I explain to people about this whole kind of secret world of energies. And it's one way to look at it. And it's one way that I have noticed that when I started to think about the world this way, it made me feel more powerful. It made me feel like I had more options. So what I like to talk about is that we all have these, and this is just one way to look at things, okay? So we all have these different energies that we can access, and we have masculine energy and feminine energy.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter who you are, you definitely have both, because these are like vital life force energies. It's kind of like the yin and the yang energies, like, the Chinese yin yang, that little symbol with the Yeah. So it's like we all have both. So what I do is I educate them. So what is masculine energy? Masculine energy is our energy that takes action. It's action energy. It's when you have an agenda, when you have a plan, you want to get it done, you're thinking, you're rationalizing. Giving is also masculine energy. So to give of ourselves, it's an action. It's masculine energy. And then feminine energy, and one is not better than the other. They're absolutely equal, and they're just a little bit different. So feminine energy is all about feelings. So feelings, it's also about expression. It's about creation. So like, doing any kind of art or dance or anything where you're like, there wasn't something there before and you created it with your body or with your words or your thoughts. That is feminine. It's also feminine to receive. So the art of receiving, receiving help, receiving compliments, It's so easy when people say, oh, you're so great. And it can be easy to kind of, like, oh, am I? Or I don't know. Or so it's the art of being able to be like, oh, I received that. That, first of all, feels true and good to me. So I'm going to receive that. And thank you. And then feminine energy, the biggest superpower with feminine energy is intuition.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, my mom talks about that a little bit in the Superpower Experts community. I think what you're doing is really cool. Really fast, how long have you been doing it?
Well, technically, professionally, with the company that I have now, I've been doing it for about 2 years.
Wow.
But unofficially, I've definitely been helping women in my life for the last, I would say, 10 years. I would say it's like
longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, that's true. How old are you right now?
8. I'm going 9. I'm becoming 9 in September 22nd.
September 22nd. Ah, exciting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That's fun.
So, who are some of your influencers? Like, are you an influence of yourself, or is there other people who have helped you become who you are today?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of my main influencers is the woman that I studied under. I studied under this really sweet woman. Her name is Rory Ray. And she's been in the industry for, I think, at least 20 years, helping women to really love themselves and then to, attract that ideal partner and husband into their life.
Yeah, that's cool. Because I think that in order to be successful and be who you are, you obviously learn from people. So that's why I asked you that question, because I have my influencers, like my parents, my dog, like people who bring me up so I can do my podcast, write my book, So I think that what you said is really amazing.
Yeah, and what you're saying too is amazing, because we're not really meant to do this alone.
Exactly. Like, that's why I'm writing my book for parents, so because they know their kids better than I do.
Yes.
We actually need to take a quick break, but where can people go to find out more about you?
Oh, okay, yeah. They can go to www.gabriellegrae.com, and Gabrielle is Gabrielle, and Grae is Grae, and they can go to /special, and they can, learn about me, and, they can use the coupon code superpower, and have a free chat with me if they would like.
Awesome. Well, go check her out because she is amazing. So we'll be right back.
Are you here to change the world? Do you talk about things like vibration, frequency, awakening, and consciousness? Are you pretty sure you have superpowers? The Superpower Net is unlike normal coaching programs and conscious communities. We provide training, intuitive guidance, peer-to-peer learning, intensive one-on-one coaching, and a high vibrational network of people just like you. When you join the net, you get 24/7 access to a collaborative group of people who support you as you master your personal power and unlock your superpowers. If you're ready to use your superpowers to change the world, then join the Superpower Net today. Visit superpowerexperts.com/the-net to learn more.
Okay, we're back and we've been talking with Gabrielle Grae about Transform Your Life into Heaven. So we actually need to do funny FaceTime. So make your funniest face in 3, 2, 1. See, Callie can't really do a funny face. She makes funny faces sometimes she has a habit of sticking her tongue out when she's relaxed. She goes, yeah.
Our kitty cat,
I'd say that's a funny face.
he lost one of his front fangs. He cracked it, so we had to get it removed. And don't worry, it doesn't hurt anymore now. He's totally safe and okay. But sometimes his little bottom lip hooks onto the front of his face, and it gets stuck. And he'll just be sitting there like this, and he's cross-eyed. So he's like,
funny.
It's so funny.
I lost this too.
Oh yeah.
So whenever I swallow, my gum, like the back of my lip, goes into the hole where my tooth is growing in. So it feels really weird. So I kind of get his feeling.
Oh man, that's funny.
So I have a couple of questions for you, and then we'll move on to Super Neva questions.
Okay, cool.
So what were you like as a kid?
Ooh. Okay, so as a kid, I was very, very outgoing. I was very silly. I ran around a lot. I had a lot of energy. I loved making up dances to like music and like performing. I also did cool. Gymnastics.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I did gymnastics for a little bit, and then there was an embarrassing time where I fell. I was moving on to the high bar from the low bar.
Yeah.
And I remember just falling on my butt. And I remember being super embarrassed. Luckily, like, I didn't do any competitions or anything. So luckily that wasn't in a competition. Right. I remember being super embarrassed because I just fell. And it was hilarious.
It's funny. Actually, like, people ask what I did. So I did it competitively. So I ended up competing from the age of 5 until I was 16.
Wow.
And, so people ask, like, about it. And I'm like, honestly, I was just a professional faller. I was like the stuff that you see in the competitions where everyone's like, ta-da, and they're just like landing everything. It was like in practice, it's like 4 hours of falling. Like falling like sideways, forward, backwards, splattering. Like it's just, yeah. I have like a license in falling without hurting myself too much.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have an interesting question. What is something that no one else knows about you?
Ooh, no one at all? I'm such a blabbermouth. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. Well, I think one person might know this, but I always wanted to be an actress.
Ooh, that's cool. Can't hear you. All right, now I can hear you. That's really cool.
Okay.
I say I want to be in a movie just so I can, either beat somebody's butt or to do my own stunts. That's the only reason. Just to
Ooh, stunts. I actually, when you get interested, I'm actually friends with two very, very successful stunt ladies.
Whoa.
Yeah.
After this interview, you have to give me their information. That's awesome.
I will.
All right. So how can kids transform their lives so it becomes like their heaven?
Okay. So this is a huge thing. I want kids to know that being your own best friend is the most important thing in the world when you're a kid and when you're an adult. So what I mean by that is, I guess I'll give you a little bit of examples of what it would mean not to be my own best friend. So if I'm not my own best friend, I'm going to be really hard on myself. You know, if I cry and people see me and they laugh, you know, that's hard enough as it is. But what can be even harder is me saying to myself after, that was really bad of you, Gabby. Like, you shouldn't have cried. Now those other kids saw you and laughed. Like, there's something wrong with you. You know, saying something mean like that to myself. Or to compare myself against other kids. Oh, why don't I have long, curly, big black hair like that little girl? Or why don't I have long legs like that little girl? Or why don't I have, I'm not really good at soccer like that girl over there. So when we compare ourselves and when we're not very nice to ourselves, then that's not really being the best of friends.
Yeah.
And in life, we can't control what other people say or do. But the one thing we can learn to control and the one thing we can learn to get really, really, really good at is to say and be the best friend we can be to ourselves. And I'm talking like in the privacy between your own two ears, like in the privacy of your own head. So being your best friend and then asking for help from the right people.
That is some amazing advice, because I also know that there's times that people are their best friend or they're not their best friend. Like you can be a mix of both.
Yeah.
Something people tell me a lot is I'm very overprotective of my dog. And before we do Super Neva questions, I want to share a story. But they say, okay, now pretend your dog is you. And so I'll be more overprotective of myself. Not like too overprotective, but like, you know, I'm my own best friend.
Yeah, that's a great way to think about it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so the story I'm going to share is one of my power stories, you could say, because it makes me laugh. So
cool.
I think that I'll tell a story and then we'll do Super Neva questions.
Cool.
All right. Ready?
Yes.
So the story is basically my mom and I and the dog were going to a park. And I was sitting on the swings talking with this kid. And out of the ordinary, he had a smaller dog. You saw my dog. She's itty bitty. She's 7 pounds. His dog was a little bit smaller than mine. So out of the ordinary, he says, if your dog bit my dog, he thought she was a he, would just slap him. And I went, nobody ever slaps my dog. Ever. And what I say to people, I don't think that he was scared that my dog would bite him, or that, and he also said, is she nice? And I said, yeah, she's a very nice dog. She would only bite if she were playing.
Right.
And I tell people that I don't think he was scared of her biting him. I think he was scared of me biting him if he saw my dog.
Aw, well, good for you for standing up for your dog and for yourself.
Yeah.
It's kind of a silly thing for that kid to say anyway, but
yeah. But I was like, that's how overprotective of her I am, because like she's my dog. I love her. She's small. like we were talking about going on bike rides, and I was saying, well, like if the bike fell, it would be dangerous to have her in an enclosed basket or open basket, because if it was like in the middle of the road, she could always wander off into the road. Or if it was a closed basket, she could risk getting even more hurt because, you know, she would not be able to get out immediately as the bike fell.
Right.
So we were talking about that. So anywho, we need to do Super Neva questions.
Awesome.
I'm going to ask you questions as fast as I can, and you have to answer them as fast as you can.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What's your favorite color?
Purple.
What's your favorite animal?
Cats.
Would you rather live in a giant pool full of marshmallows this big, or live in a real working hot tub full of hot fudge?
Ooh, marshmallows.
Same. If you could be any inanimate object, what would that object be?
A jet plane.
Ooh. What's your favorite food?
Macaroni and cheese. That's gluten-free.
If you could say one thing to kids who are being bullied and need assistance, what would you say to them?
Hurt kids hurt other kids. What the kids are saying to you is not about you. It's about how they feel inside themselves. So don't take it personal. Be your own best friend and ask for help from an adult.
That's some good advice. Would you rather have a pet dragon or a pet unicorn?
Unicorn.
I'd rather have a pet dragon just because they can fly. It'd be a free flight, you know?
Yeah,
you could go to Hawaii and you wouldn't even have to pay. Just grab a blanket, grab a pillow, grab snacks, you're good to go.
Yeah.
And you can bring as much luggage as you want.
You could. A dragon is very big.
Exactly. Would you rather be the smallest person in the world or the tallest person in the world?
Ooh, smallest.
Why would you rather be the smallest?
I could like sneak around. I don't know.
If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be and why?
I would like to be able to teleport. I spend a lot of time on airplanes, and I have so many people I love that live in different parts of the world. So I wish I could just be like with my parents one day, with my best friend the next day. Like that would be so cool.
That would be. Mine is flight, invisibility, and teleportation.
Ooh.
Just because I would be the master of hide and go seek. Like,
yeah,
I could be up in the sky and nobody would see me. You know, good to go.
You'd be like reigning champion of all time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is your favorite holiday? Mine's Christmas.
Oh, I was gonna say Christmas. It's so sentimental. It's got the cutest songs and all the fun. I love the lights.
I love the decorations.
Yeah.
One of my favorite parts is making cookies for Santa Claus. That's awesome.
Ooh, yeah, the cookies.
And sneaking a couple.
Yeah.
But what I love about it is also our decorations. We have a porta potty with Santa Claus in it, and it has a bunch of lights over it and a hat. And you press a button, and it says, like, him singing a song, and then you hear him farting. and it actually, like, shakes. So it's the most hilarious thing. Then we also have a penguin and a snowman who sing, and that's really cute. Although we live in Arizona, so there's like no snow.
Yeah.
And it's normally hot during the winter, so that's the only downside of Christmas.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Would you rather be a fairy or a mermaid or both? Like a fairy mermaid.
A fairy.
I'd rather be both, and I'd want to be able to like change it back into a human, you know?
Yeah.
And then because that way I'd be like a master swimmer, which I'm already a pretty good swimmer, and I'd be able to fly all over the place.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you'd be able to do water, earth, and air, which is kind of like the whole planet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is think. What's your favorite candy?
Ooh, I like sour gummy candies.
That's good.
Yeah.
I can do minor sour things, Mine I'd probably say chocolate candies, or they're like pink and they have a little bit of a sweet and sour inside. They're really good. They're kind of long. I don't remember what they're called, but they're amazing. I get them every time we go to the movie theater.
Ooh, nice.
What is your favorite type of cookie? Mine is cookie dough.
Ooh, that's a good choice.
Cookie dough.
Oh my gosh. I think I like white chocolate chip macadamia nut.
Ooh, that's good.
Those are good.
All right. So that's all the questions I have for today, but that was awesome.
Yes.
And let's remind people one more time where they can go to find out more about you.
Yeah, I would love if you wanted to visit GabrielleGrae.com/special. And again, coupon code is superpower, all one words, of course, because, this is the Superpower show. So yeah, I would love to connect with you.
Awesome. Again, go check her out because she's amazing. So would you like to join me in the sign off?
Yes.
All right.
I would.
Remember, kids, we all have superpowers, and
we can change the world.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Mwah.
Mwah.